Hey, I'm here today with a special guest, myself.
Quickly, sorry, I feel like it makes us look bad if you call me special, but also if you say I'm not. So maybe just call me your guest and skip the honorifics.
Got it. I thought it'd be fun to interview my guest to introduce him to those of you who are new here. Sound good?
If you thought it was a good idea, clearly I did too, so yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and all you have to do is answer in a way that makes people want to follow or subscribe or whatever.
Very subtle. Shouldn't the goal of answering these questions be to get to know us?
Nah, we're just faces on a social media account. We want an audience, not parasocial relationships.
Still, my guess is you're being a little too blunt about it.
We'll see what happens. Let's get started. Tell me something nobody knows about you.
I had cheese curds and pickles for lunch today. What? Nobody knew that till just now.
True, but we could have guessed. You only ever mentioned 3 foods.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Moving on. What's something you believe that you would get in trouble if you shared on here?
Well, let's see. I'm going to have to answer that one vaguely.
Probably smart.
Okay, here's one. This should be a pretty safe way to state an unpopular opinion. I think the riskiest position to take about any hot button issue is adamantly centrist. Because then both sides are against you, instead of if you take a side and only the other side is against you.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think I'd get in trouble if I gave specific examples of that. I myself try not to be a centrist. Instead of being 50-50 about an issue, I prefer to be like 70-30. I think that's the sweet spot.
Are you 70-30 about martinis?
Yours or mine?
Either. We usually get the same thing.
That's true. I guess not. Hendrick's, bone dry, stirred with a twist.
That does sound good. All right, should we talk about your family now?
No.
Fine. I'll keep it relatively unpersonal. How many people live in your house?
Well, nobody dead is at my house. So anybody who's there right now is living at my house.
Are you under the impression you're funny?
Is that a follow-up question, or is it the next one on your little list?
Why? Would it change your answer?
I don't know. I'm not very good at counterfactuals.
All right, this is the next one on my list. Let's see here. What would you want your superpower to be?
Oh, that's an easy one. The ability to look at any situation differently. No question.
You would say that.
My kids asked me that same question recently, and I got the same reaction.
The ability to look at situations differently. That is your best superpower.
Yes, think about it. If you could take whatever you're experiencing and reframe it to feel differently about it, you would never be sad or stressed or scared again. Unless you wanted to be. In which case, go for it. That's your superpower. Incredible.
All right, I'm skeptical.
That's okay.
All right, what's next? What's next?
You're not very good at interviewing.
I told you before we started, I've never done this before.
You could have just Googled interesting interview questions.
That's literally what I did.
Oh. Well, I can't tell.
Anyway, you talk about a lot of stuff on the internet. Religion, parenting, language.
Pointless tattoos, hangover remedies, how free will is just a convincing illusion, sort of like the sun appears to go around the earth. Yeah, I do. I talk too much.
Yeah, so I have 2 questions about that. 1, how do you choose day to day what you're going to talk about? And 2, why do you do it at all? What are you trying to accomplish being on here?
Well, I'll answer the second one first. What am I here to accomplish? Nothing. And I certainly don't want to convince anyone of anything. I've said this 1,000 times, so I suppose it's a good thing to put in an intro video. But why would I want to get as many people as possible to be more like me? That sounds boring. And soul-sucking. I'm just here to entertain.
Okay, but all you do is talk.
Would you rather me sing? Just kidding. No, listen, I know that it's a very niche group of people who are entertained by what I do, but it's still what I'm here to do. So I guess being interesting is what I'm trying to accomplish if I'm trying to accomplish something. Because I think entertainment is a fundamental human experience.
In that it's something we want for its own sake?
Yes. Entertainment, at its heart, is being engrossed by something you enjoy. Being interested. That's all I care about here. So I guess that's the answer to your first question. What do I talk about? I talk about whatever interests me, whatever catches my attention, and whatever I think might catch your attention too.
Do you think what you're saying
Right now is interesting? You're putting me on the spot. Well, this is a conversation. We're ad-libbing. This is improv, and I'm not very good at improv, so I don't know if it's interesting. But I know it could be more interesting. That's always true.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you'd say your MO is be more interesting.
Maybe, sort of. I'm only interested in being interested. And I think that's true of everybody as well. We want to be engrossed with things we enjoy. We want to be entertained. But some people's personalities don't allow them to be honest with themselves about that because it feels trite to them.
You don't think it's trite?
Two things. One, I like being trite. And two, no, not at all. I don't think it's trite because if entertainment is a fundamental human experience, interest is a fundamental human emotion. You can't achieve anything without first noticing it. And what is noticing? Interest. Interest is the beginning of everything we do.
Okay, last question, out of left field. Would you take a happiness-inducing drug with no side effects, even if it made you seem miserable to everyone else around you?
So there's one side effect.
I'll take that as a yes. I think it's time to be done. The brewery downstairs is about to open, so it's going to get loud. Won't be able to record anymore. I'm a little sad about that because we didn't get to a number of the issues that I wanted to. I'm not sure how this interview is going to really serve as much of an introduction, but
Don't worry about it. You're the one who said we're just doing this to grow our audience.
they just turned on the music right after I said that.
Just ask people what we should ask ourselves next, and then tell them to subscribe for part 2 or whatever.
Good thinking. What do you say, folks?
It's going to drive engagement too. Social media is silly.
It really is. Fun game, though. All right, which half of the sign-off do you want?
First half.
Go for it.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Come along if you feel like it. All right, this is going to be a hell of a video to edit.